Hey you guys, welcome to the Millionaire House's 12 Days of Christmas. Come on in. Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the 12 Days of Christmas. Today I'm going to show you guys how I make my bows. It seems to be the most requested video and it actually wasn't an original part of this series, but since you wanted it so badly, I will definitely give it to you. And I am working against my lawn crew right now who decided to come out late today, which of course I waited until this afternoon to do this video. But nonetheless, we will get started. So what I'm doing here, I've set up a present and I'm just going to show you how I do this. The one tip that I have to absolutely recommend is that you buy a good wired ribbon. Wired ribbon is the key because it allows you to manipulate and shape it the way that you want to. I use this technique for all the bows, except for the one that I showed you on day one when we were styling the Christmas tree. But the bows on the mantle, the bow on the staircase, the bows on my gift, I make them all the exact same way. There are lots of different ways to do it, but this is the only way I know how. I don't use one of those bow machines. I just do what I'm about to show you, okay? Okay, so as a general rule of thumb, the way that I decide how large I want my bows to be, it just depends on the situation. Specifically with gifts, which is how I'm going to demo this for you today, I like for my bows to kind of cover the entire top part of the box. So the way that I'll measure it out is simply by taking the ribbon and kind of eyeballing it to the top part of the box. Okay, so that's just the first step. And then all I'm going to do, guys, is start folding. So I'm going to fold for as many loops as I want. So for instance, I usually like a good 4 loops on each side, right? So that means I'm going to fold this fully 4 times. So you can see I've folded it. This is considered half a time. I took it, folded it in half. That's once. Now I'm going to go over again. And that's one full fold. Okay? And the reason why I'm going to have my camera assistant zoom in here so that you can see this really well. Okay, so you can see I've got one loop on this side and one loop on this side. This is the tail. This isn't considered a part of the loop. You see it's one loop here and one loop here, okay? So I'm gonna just keep folding until I get 4 full loops. So I'm going to make sure you press this down very flat so that your loops don't start getting too short. So now I'm going to fold again. Prima, you can stop me if it gets blurry and we can refocus the camera. I just want to make sure they can see this. So this is 2 now. So I've got 2 loops over here and 2 loops over here. So now I'm going to do again. This is 3. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And it's just a matter of preference, how many loops you want. I'm just doing 4 for an example today. And that would be 4. Okay? I'll stop recording and zoom back out so you can see my... Okay, so once you have your desired number of loops, you're going to cut your tail. I cut mine at an angle, okay? And then you're going to fold your bow in half, just right down the middle, just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to cut on an angle, kind of like making a V at the bottom. And what this is going to do is give me room to manipulate the bow. I need a better pair of scissors. When I'm ready to fluff it. Okay? Wow, these are supposed to be my good scissors. There we go. Okay, so I've cut one edge. Now I'm going to cut the other to make it like a V. Those won't work. Those are worse. Yeah.
Okay.
Santa, please send me some new scissors. Okay, so that's not the most beautiful V that I've ever made, but you can see it just kind of comes down at an angle like that, all right? So once you have that done, open it back up. I staple it together just with a basic office stapler to help it stay in place right in the middle. And at this point, you're honestly ready to style your bow. Okay, you could stop here, but I like to make my bows extra fancy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing with this gold ribbon, but I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller than the original one. So I'm gonna fold it right about here, okay? So I'm gonna make one. So that's a whole one. Two. And I'm gonna do one more. I'll do three. Three. So now I'm gonna have 3 loops. All right, I'll take my really sorry scissors and cut. And I'm gonna fold it in half. And normally I would cut a V, but because this is so thin, I really don't even need a V to be able to manipulate this. I'm just gonna cut slits on both sides, okay? The V helps when the ribbon is really wide, but it's not absolutely necessary for the thinner ribbon. You just wanna be able to manipulate it, and you'll see what I mean once I start to do it. Okay? So you see that? Hopefully. All right, and then I'm gonna put that on top of this one, okay? All right, now I already had my tail ready on the gift, so now I'm simply going to tie both of these together. And you would do this even if you weren't making a gift. You just have to tie it together. And then you're just gonna start fluffing your bow. It's so easy. Okay, do one, you just gotta make it really tight. Am I still in my frame okay up there? This way?
No, the other way.
This way?
Yeah.
Good? Everybody to be able to see, okay. All right, now we are ready to fluff. So all you're gonna do is fluff in an up and down motion. Up and down, all right? So I need to flip my tail. This is upside down. This is why you cut, because it makes it easier to do these types of things, okay? And I'm gonna pull my innermost one out first and pull that one up. Pull the next one down. Up, and then pull this one down. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Don't worry, it's not gonna look perfect until you manipulate. That's why you want wired ribbon. Okay, and remember on the first side we have another tail, right? So here, I'm gonna flip this so you can see. So that tail needs to come down so it matches the other side. And I'm gonna take the innermost piece. I'm actually gonna I'll go up with that one. We good? Okay. And down. And up. That's gonna be like a glitter explosion in here. Okay. See how it's starting to come together? Do I still have it in the frame? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do the same thing with the little bow. Get my tail right. Go up and down. Get my tail out on this side. And go up and down. This is going to be pretty. Okay, now we'll zoom out so you can kind of see how we fluff it. Okay, so now I'm just going through and I'm fluffing every loop to make it look nice and full. I've got my tails on both sides. You want those to be even, so you want one on each side. And then the same holds true for the inside. I've got a tail here and a tail here, and my two gold tails there. And that, my friends, is how I make my bows. Now with gifts, I'll usually do something more creative. I actually forgot to connect this before I fluffed, but basically if you had like a little fishing wire, before you fluff it all out, you would want to attach that, or you could really even tape it. But just a little extra touch, an ornament or something is always nice to really make the present, the gift wrapping itself, look like a gift, okay? So I hope you got a lot out of this. Ask questions in the comments below if I didn't explain everything properly, and I'll be happy to try to answer them for you. And we will see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the Millionaire House's 12 Days of Christmas.